We got Bog Off TV about discs and twigs and things. We got Bog Off TV about discs and twigs and things. We got Grab Another Seat, Chris Wobble greeting me on the Bog Off TV show.
About disc golf.
Welcome to Ball Golf TV, episode 2. We got this guy here. This is Kenny Clark, local Washington disc golfer. Kenny Clark has one of the best sidearms I have ever seen. I played with some big name players, some players who tour. This guy can throw a better sidearm than most of them.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. When you started playing in the Open division, you were primarily a sidearm thrower.
Yeah, when I first started Open, it was about 5 years ago, and I still am primarily a forehander. I grew up playing baseball, and so a lot of my arm strength came from pitching. And so when I first started playing this game, I picked up on sidearm pretty quick because of my arm. And in the Open division, I've been playing mostly sidearm because I think it's the high percentage throw for me, more so than skill level, I guess.
Okay. And you have recently added the backhand. How's that progression gone? And what are some of the main problems you've had, or the main hurdles you've had to jump to get your backhand up to the professional level?
Yeah, the backhand's not quite there. I guess in the last year and a half, I've been really working on it in the field and developing a better X step. And I think that the key for me is to follow through and make sure that I'm snapping. I think at the beginning, I was really letting go of the disc and not coming through it. And so a lot of times I just pierce discs off to the left and not letting discs fly their full flight. And plus the development of understable and stable discs, I realized that because my strength level in my backhand isn't as great as my forehand, that I'm going to go to a little bit less stable discs. You know, I'm throwing beat-in destroyers or beat-in wraiths, and that way I can pop discs up from a hyzer to a stand and even S-turn. And nowadays I'm getting close to that 400 mark, but I think I feel comfortable about 350.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely looking better. So don't short arm your drives.
Yeah,
that's the lesson there.
Yep.
Baseball fan, big baseball fan.
Yes. Go Mariners.
There you go. Go Mariners. Should have a good year this year.
Yes.
What
they
are
look
your
good.
picks for AL and NL? Who's going to head to that World Series?
To the World Series, you know, the funny thing is that the Padres actually made a lot of moves this offseason, and
Oddly,
I still think that they're probably underdogs as far as the West goes, because you got the Dodgers over there spending $215 million or whatever they got going in their salary there. So I think that my favorite for the NL would have to be either the Dodgers or actually the Nationals. I think the Nationals have probably the best pitching rotation. And the American League, it's hard not to go with the Angels. I mean, they're a powerhouse team. I don't really think that they have that great of pitching. And then there's the Tigers, also very good team. But again, their relief pitching's not very good.
yeah. When you're scoring 9-12 runs a game,
It kind of
makes
helps
it a little
win.
easier.
But I think the Mariners aren't quite the underdog this year. They have a lot of back as far as the media this year. They made a couple moves last year and this year, and I think they'll actually have a good shot this year to at least get to the playoffs, if not further on into the World Series. Yeah, welcome to Sea Tac.
Yeah, Sea Tac golf course. Okay, now that it's even more awkward than it was. Music fan, you produce music. We're going to feature a song that Kenny made quite a few years ago.
Yeah, I'd say it was about 6 years ago. My brother and I, you know, we first started playing this game, and I grew up liking hip-hop, obviously, and I've been writing since I was 12 years old, and I would say that I'm better at writing than I am actually rapping. But anyway, we we wrote this song about disc golf, and I think the coolest part about this song is that I actually found a sweet sample from the TV show Seinfeld, and George Costanza at the beginning of the song is talking about how he wants to play frisbee golf, which is, it just fit perfectly. And so the song features my buddy Damon, who used to play disc golf. He doesn't play so much anymore, but he was in the music scene. You know, he had a couple groups he toured with a little bit, and you know, made a name for himself in Seattle. And so he actually would be on. He's on the first verse, and then I'm on the second verse, and then my brother Bill sings the chorus.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So if you were given a song by Sage Francis, by Brother Ali, and by Atmosphere, would you be able to tell any one of those apart?
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah, all three of them.
All sound exactly the same to me.
Yeah, well, that's
Can't do
Minnesota for you.
Yeah.
You could throw Prof in there too.
Prof.
He's
Prof's
another
a little
Minnesota.
different. No, he sounds different. He stands out on the
he's
south.
a little thuggy.
Yeah. Well, good deal. Well, there you go. So same deal here. We're gonna play 3 holes, determine who gets the box for our game of horse a little bit later. Kenny's putting style is a little bit different. It goes in. That's the most important thing.
But I know when it goes in before I let go.
There you go. So there you go. We're gonna get into 3 holes and see what happens. Thank you much.
Yeah.
The Yankees are giving me 3 months full pay for doing nothing.
Well, I did it for 3 years. What's another few months?
I'm really going to do something with these 3 months.
Like what?
I'm going to read a book. From beginning to end. In that order.
I've always wanted to do that.
Learn to play golf.
You mean golf?
Golf! Frisbee golf, Jerry! Golf with a frisbee!
Now this little ditty for the cities and communities that always play the disc golf. So leave your shitty little disc that's way too flippy in your trunk or walk or at home. Look, we don't have time for that on this course, otherwise you're gonna end up in the forest. So grab your force and destroyers and go nerve. Play it safe, put your faith in your race. If you snap it right, then it might fly straight. Add a little wind, then it might get exciting. By biting, sticking, not flying. 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 40 feet past being pin high. Man, I take that vibe. Could've had the forward if I grabbed the orphan. Now I'm yelling at my disc, calling it a dirty whore. Playing the blaming aim game to maintain a subpar score. But fuck the scorecard, that shit's for blowhards. And I meet you motherfuckers up at the North Park. And I would do this for salary, but I can't throw 1,000-foot Valkyrie. So I'ma take all the advice I can get, and that's take 2 weeks off.
Frisbee golfer, fucking this golf, it doesn't matter what you say. I am the one who throws the thumb in the most peculiar way. So pick up your disc and we'll get blitzed. Come on out and play. Through fields of snow or mud, we'll go when an ace is a throw away.
I'll sanitize ya with an Anheuser. It's a sidewinder, here to blow your mind. The disc is designed to go to the right if you're a right-hand backhand thrower. Look out for the stroller, here comes a roller. Do the with and over, stumps and boulders. Smoke blunts in the forest, the fun is enormous. Just pick up a disc and chuck it your furthest. You heard it from me, I'm out to get that CTP. But my knees are weak, just look at my veins as an alien goo. And I'll chew up this game like an Iranian stew. Now check out the floor plan for max power. I throw an Excalibur, but only forehand. And I'm bored, man, of Jewel Clark. Can't somebody here beat the Clarks? It's getting dark, let's hit up Paris. No lights needed if you reach your carrot. But don't be careless, cause you lose a disc in stickers, bushes, or swimming with the fishes. I'm treated up an instant, cold and one. The sound of the day have begun to haunt my dreams. I don't want, I need it.
That's a responsibility.
Frisbee golfer, fucking this golf, it doesn't matter what you say. I am the one who throws the thumb in the most peculiar way. So pick up your disc and we'll get blitzed. Come on out and play. Through fields of snow or mud, we'll go when an ace is a throw away.
The option is to put your disc into a metal magnet in the least amount of shot. Wherever your disc lands, just shoot toward the cheese. There are discs fly far, discs turn right or left, and others that just mysterious things, especially in wind. You can even make up your own course using unconventional targets. Discs tend to seek out the most wayward locations, which makes each shot a creative experience. You can throw back, suck it up, tomahawk, rollers, under trees, over trees, through the trees.
We are the few that throw the disc, other people say. With friends and times to be had, so who the fuck are they? You are the ones missing out in our kind of day. So grab have your disappear and a bank on to be on our way.
Alright, so we're tied after 3, so we're going to do a sudden death CTP to determine the winner. Alright, so I got a victory. Thank you for playing.
Yeah, good work, dude.
Yep.
Couple backhand holes there. Not really too fair, but all right.
Not really too fair. Okay, okay, so we are going to go play a round of golf. Come back. Kenny is going to do a review of the Prodigy Glow 400 H1.
Sure.
Overstable disc, good for sidearm.
Yeah.
So get him to review that, and then we'll go over his putt and play a game of bogey. Cool. Thanks again.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, Nick.
All right, I got Zak Ruziska here. Kenny bailed, wasn't able to stay to do the review of the 400 Glow H1. So Mr. Ruziska here has got a pretty killer sidearm as well. So I'm gonna have him throw the Glow H1. So initial reaction, you've never
Never seen
have you
one.
thrown it? Have you seen one?
No, I've heard about them. I've never thrown them though.
Okay, so initial reaction, how's it
Feels good.
feel? What do you think it's gonna do?
Feels overstable. It feels like a good cross between like a Firebird and maybe like a Firebird. Feels good. Feels like it would crush. It's got good gummy. Feels good in the hand. Good grip. Let's throw it.
So first throw, initial reaction.
Initial reaction, it's more overstable than I thought it would be. It's definitely man bird, maybe like a new Max, but definitely a little shorter flight than the Max, I think. Flight's good.
Is there are you gonna change the way you threw it? How are you gonna throw it this
you
time?
definitely gotta throw it with more ante to get distance on it, but it'd be great for up shots because it's very predictable in the stability. After throwing this disc, it's a great utility disc. It's very, very overstable. Throwing it as hard as I could, maybe 320 if I was lucky. It's probably going to be a great thumber disc or a tomahawk disc if you throw those. But yeah, overall, it feels like good plastic, durable, and yeah, great up shots.
Would you put it in your bag?
Oh yeah, definitely. Great, you know, probably in place of your man bird or your overstable Firebird. Definitely good for flick up shots, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would use it.
Very good. Put it in your bag.
All right, thanks.
All right, Zak Ruziska. That was the Prodigy 400 Glow H1. Getting the approval. All right, welcome back. Ball Golf TV, still here. Kenny Clark.
Yeah, buddy.
He's going to break down his putt. It's a little bit unorthodox for what most people are used to looking at. Primarily a spin putter. Got 48-year-old putters. And yeah, take it away.
So what I got here are two really old discs, like he said. They're about 6 years old. They're beat into crap. But what they are, it's a GT Pro D banger. And I'm a spin putter, so I can't even think of it. The funny thing about me putting was that I actually went through 3 different putters.
Okay.
And so I started with an AVR. Wait, no. The first disc I ever owned was an Arrow, and then I started with those, bought 3 of those.
The Araby Arrow or the Innova?
No, the Innova Arrow. And So I played with those for a while, and I thought that was the most replicated to a Frisbee. And so I thought it was easier to throw. But anyway, I went from that to an AVR to a Rhino, and then I found these about a year and a half into playing, and I haven't changed since.
Those are the same putters that have been in your bag since you started?
Yeah, since I started. They have a groove on the top, make it easier for me to spin a putter. Basically what I do, my grip, I just curl it with my pinky, come across, thumb on the groove, and I'll find different spots. It really doesn't matter what spot it is to me. But I putt from my stomach and putt through with a snap. And then the important thing for me to get straight putts is to point with your thumb and finish. Follow through the basket, hit your target, and go through it. So when we start playing the game, you'll see that I'm probably faster than average putter. I spin quite a bit, and it's going in a direct line. I think most of all, what I think about my putting is like a dart. So I'm aiming at a target, and I can't hit anything but that target.
Right. So you talked about pointing your thumb.
Yep.
What are you using to line up with your body? Are you lining up off your foot, your hip, your shoulder?
That's a good point, and I guess I didn't bring that into play. I think that another big part of putting is to stabilize your stance. And so you don't want to be super loose. I like to be solid, where I know that I'm not going to fall, slip, or anything like that. And so I have 1 foot forward, typically, with one not directly behind me, but a little out to the left. And then I putt through my stomach, but I actually have my nose up a little bit. So as I line up with my thumb, I'm putting up and towards my line, like that.
So what, someone who hasn't played very long, they're still trying to get their feel on their putt. What's one tip that you would give that beginner player or that intermediate player who's trying to make that next step?
So one tip about their putting that will help them. I guess I would say to putt through the basket. I see a lot of people some people are good at it. I mean, not to say that it's impossible, but some people dump putt. And if you're only aiming for this big of a target, then you're only going to make it so many times. You can't shoot basketballs at it. You got to putt through it and hit the pole and let it drop in. It's just a higher success rate, I think.
Okay. There you go. That works. There you go. Kenny Clark, that's his putting style. You'll get to see it here when we start our game. So there you go.
Yeah.
Very much.
Excited.
All right, Kenny Clark.
Yep.
Go ahead and break down your putt. Run us through your pre-shot routine.
Okay.
And teach us how you putt.
Okay. Well, I guess the best way to do it is just to walk you through how I go about it. Like anything else, you're gonna want a mini. Set your mini down. I'm a firm believer in having a firm stance, so I try to get it as balanced as possible. Your equilibrium well balanced. Once you find that, you're able to rock back and forth and see your line. A lot of times when I putt, I'll actually motion with my hand without the disc, and what I like to do with that is that I'm actually creating a snap through my wrist exactly how I want to putt. And so when I snap, I'm snapping through the basket. You can see the basket level, and actually I come with a little bit of ante sometimes I don't. It just depends on the wind and everything else like that. But I try to throw straight like a dart, just go right through it. But anyway, find that firm stance, solid, come through. I come through my belly. Come through your belly and follow through it. Better example, sorry. Stand balanced, have it by your belly, and come through it. So if you come through and think about how you're gonna putt it with your hand, putt it, come back, and putt it. You can see that my disc, a little bit of ante, and the nose up. I'm coming from the basket up, and it seems to catch a little better than, and then some people coming in at a hyzer, coming in, crossing the chains. These chains are a little different. a little bit more beneficial. But that's basically how I putt. And if I'm jump putting, let's go over that real quick. If I'm out here, I go through the same thing. I feel where I want to putt, and I'm gonna putt through it. The only difference is I'm gonna fall forward, and I call it more of a running putt because I'm falling it. You let go of the disc before your foot leaves your lie. So when I see it, I know it's a little bit of headwind, so I gotta aim a little bit lower. Visualize it and putt through. I mean, that's how I putt. That's how I've been putting for the last 5-6 years. So it's helped me for sure.
All right, thank you, Kenny.
Yeah, dude.
We're gonna get into our game. Bogey, B-O-G-E-Y, played just like horse and basketball.
Yep.
2 putts. If I make 2, you have to make 2.
Or I get a letter.
Or
Okay.
you get a letter. If I make 1, you have to make 1.
But I have the chance of making 2 and bring it back to you for you to make 1 more so you don't get a letter. If I make 2 and you miss the second one, then you get a letter.
Exactly.
Yep.
So there you go.
How does the box change?
Box changes if it changes on.
So if you make 1 and I make 1, is it still your box?
Still my box. You have to earn the box.
Okay.
So if I miss
but
both of my putts, it's your box.
Okay, so if you double miss, then it's automatically turn over the box.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. go. Maybe. All right. Thank you, Kenny Clark.
Yeah,
Definitely
hopefully we
appreciate
got
you
a
coming
couple
out.
good putts out there, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
It was
Well,
fun.
yeah,
It was
thank you
fun.
much.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Ball Golf TV. It's cool.
There you go. Subscribe. Check it out. We'll be doing some giveaways. We've got Prodigy disc. I got some discs I'm going to be giving away. Got Born to Be Fly. They've donated some shirts. I've also got some Ball Golf TV shirts, which actually reminds me. Ball Golf TV shirt for Kenny.
Yeah.
Lead card on the back, just because it's cool. So there you go.
Cool. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, it
thank
was
you.
a lot of fun.
We got Ball Golf TV about discs and twigs and things. We got Ball Golf TV about discs and twigs and things. We got Grab Another Seat, Chris Wobble greeting me on the Ball Golf TV show.
About disc golf.